Good morning, class 7. So, we are back again with chapter number 9, The Making of Shatranj Ke Khilari. So, I was discussing about the classical music of the modern times by Ustad Alauddin Khan, the father of Ali Akbar Khan, and the guru of Ravi Shankar. So, their pictures and their cultures were all distributed in Atul Prasad Sen's house. So, page number 115, the last para, from there I'm starting. He was also taken to see all the sights that he had made Lucknow known as the Paris of the East. So, Lucknow was then known as Paris of the East. Why? Because it had got many sites. And the Babylon of India century before the great mosque Bara Imam Bara was created, or with its notorious. So before Babylon of India, it was known as, and the Babylon of India, century before the Great Mosque. So before this Bara Imam Bara was constructed, so Lucknow was known as Paris of East and the Babylon of India. So it's important. You should mark it. It can come as MCQ question or fill in the blanks. So, Bara Imam Bara, with its notorious turnover to the 116, Bhul Bhulaiya Maze, the Dilkhush Garden, and the remains of the places of kings of Awadh. So, it was famous. Famous for what? Which places? So, there was Bhul Bhulaiya Maze. Mm, it's a labyrinth. Once you get in, you don't know the way to come out. You have to find the way to come out. So, that is called Bhul Bhulaiya. You must have known it. The Dilkhush Garden. There was a garden known as Dilkhush and the remains of the places of kings of Awadh. Nearby, he saw the shell of the British residency with the marks of cannonballs still visible on its walls and a marble plate commemorating the spot where Sir Henry Lawrence had fallen during the Indian Mutiny, well, uprising of 1857. So there were historical cultures. Okay, the British, their fighting, the cannonballs, everything was on the mark. Was kept a mark on the walls. Even today, these places have a peculiar elegiac aura. What's the meaning of elegiac? It's an expression. Okay, expression of what? Expression of sadness. So, the brief allusions to the city and that period in history in Premchand's story conjured up a host of images and sensations in the 20th year old Ray's mind. So, Ray was only 20 years. So he was getting the whole picture skew of the past in Lucknow. So everything was there. Okay, and so it's a culture, it's a history, it's everything that he sees uh, in his eyes. By then, he was also keenly interested in chess. So, over the next 10 years or so, this became an addiction. The main bound, along with Western classical music, between him and his first English friend, Norman Clare, a rough serviceman with time on his hands in Calcutta in 1944 to 46. So, Satyajit Ray was also interested in chess with his friend, English friend, that is Norman Clare. So he used to, who was Norman Clare? Norman Clare was a RAF policeman. Okay, RAF policeman. He was a serviceman till 1944 to 46. So after his friend was demobbed means released, Ray found himself without a partner and took to playing solitaire chess. So he was playing alone after his friend had left. Over the next few years, he became engrossed in it and bought books on chess, which he would soon decide to sell to raise money to shoot the pilot footage for his first film, Pothir Pachali. His passion for chess disappeared only with the onset of a greater passion, filmmaking. So, chess was his previous passion, and the next passion was filmmaking. Come over to page 117. That came around 1951 after his return to Calcutta from his first visit to Britain. Nearly a quarter of a century passed before Ray tackled the story he had admired as a student. His reluctance was principally due to his doubts about writing a screenplay and working with actors in a language. Urdu, the correct language of Lucknow, which is very similar to Hindi, the language of Premchand's story, that was not in his own, so rich, subtle, and lifelike is Ray's usual film dialogue. As Naipaul appreciated from just portions of the chess plays in English, so nuanced his direction of actors that he feared to work in a language other than Bengali or perhaps English. It was his affection for the story, his discovery of able Urdu collaborators, and his awareness of a pool of talented Urdu speaking actors in Bombay which eventually gave him confidence. So, in 1951, after his return to Calcutta from the visit of Britain, so when he came back from Britain, nearly a quarter of a century passed before Ray tackled the story. He had admired the student, so he had an admiration of making the story. And what story? This story, Shatranj ke Khilari. So his reluctance was principally due to his doubts about writing a screenplay and working with actors in a language. So basically, the barrier of creating this story was writing it, the language in which he will write, and the language that the actors are going to speak. Because Urdu is the correct language of this, and Urdu is the correct language in which the film would be based in Lucknow. So what would happen if Urdu is not spoken clearly, as Urdu is not understandable by Satyajit Ray to means he had to converse with others. So if he is unable to converse nicely with others, then it is not possible for all the actors and the screenplay or the writing to be completed within those stipulated time. So Satyajit Ray had to make it very perfect. So rich, subtle, and lifelike is Ray's usual film dialogue, as Naipaul appreciated from just a portion of the chess plays in English. So he had a very peculiar, usual film dialogue, Satyajit Ray. So that was also necessary in Urdu. He was much more talented in English and Bengali, but Urdu is kind of it's difficult because since he's doing it for the very first time. So, Nonce is direction of actors that he feared to work in a language other than Bengali or perhaps English. So, Nonce is characterized by fine shades of meaning or expression. So, it was his affection for the story, his discovery, which eventually gave him confidence for the first time. Expecting the science fiction project, The Alien, and his documentaries, Ray wrote a screenplay in English, which was subsequently translated into Urdu. So, what was done? He wrote it in English and it was translated into Urdu so that the other could understand. During production, he spoke English to his producer Jindal, the actors, and his Urdu collaborators. Although his Hindi was serviceable, Ray characteristically avoided speaking in Hindi. So he didn't want to speak in Hindi. Okay, he was trying to learn Urdu and speak in Urdu. Then he conversed with his producer Jindal in English. He doesn't like to do anything unless he's really good at it. Shama Zaidi, his chief collaborator in the writing of the screenplay, remarked. So Shama Zaidi, she said that until and unless Ray is satisfied doing something, he won't do it. So first he will learn it, then he will do it. Her role in the film began early on, about 2 years before Ray completed the first draft of the screenplay in June 1976. So, in June 1976, the first draft was ultimately created. Ray's art director Banshi Chandragupta introduced Zaidi to Ray in 1974. So, when he was first meted up, so this is important, 1974, Ray's art director Banshi Chandragupta introduced Zaidi to Ray. So he was just beginning to get the grips with his research for the film, which makes is one of the longest pre-production periods of any Ray film. So this making of Shatranj Ki Khilari was the longest one, during which he made another film, Jana Arenna, The Middleman. It is not hard to see why not only had Ray taken on the recreation of an entire culture that was not his own. So this is very rare. This is very unique. So Ray was not well accustomed with the Lucknow culture, but still he decides to make a film based on Lucknow. That is quite a very bold decision. So he was also having to confront his own ambivalence towards the British Raj, and in particular the contradictions of King Wajid Ali Shah, one of the most bizarre monarch in a land of eccentric rulers. So he need the contradictions also of King Wajid Ali. He need to project King Wajid Ali Shah with all its characters in a character in an actor. You need to produce all these things. So, in trying to assimilate the array of historical and cultural information with Premchand's story to make a screenplay, Ray faced certain formidable difficulties. So, what were the difficulties in making this film? First came the widespread ignorance of the facts of relationship between Britain and Awadh in the century leading up to annexation in India as much as elsewhere. So first came the widespread ignorance. So ignorance of the facts of relationship between Britain and Awadh. So previously what Britain and Awadh's relationship was not good. So that had to come up in the annexation. So in India as much as elsewhere, to which the film's 10 minutes prologue seemed to be only solution. Second, there was the fact that chase is not inherently dramatic on screen. Third was the need to portray the king sympathetically. So three things. What first is not good relationship between Awadh and Britain. Next, the 10 minutes prologue. Second was that chess not inherently dramatic on the scene. इतना भी इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है चेस, बट उसको इम्पोर्टेंट दिखाना है. लखनऊ में उतना इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं है, बट you have to show it. Third was the need to portray the king sympathetically. So the king was to be portrayed here as sympathetic king, kind king. Finally, an overall tone had to be found that was in harmony with the pleasure-loving decadence of Lucknow without seeming to condone it. So, accept behavior that is morally wrong. So, you cannot condone the culture. You cannot ridicule the culture. You cannot ठेस पहुंचाना नहीं चाहिए. Okay, you have to maintain that. So these all these difficulties are to be faced by Satyajit Ray. It was Wajid's genuine musical gifts that reconciled Ray to the rest of the king's character, as depicted in the film's screenplay. The king was a ruler capable of admonishing his tearful prime minister by saying nothing but poetry and music should be tears to a man's eyes. One is reminded, perhaps, of another's Ray protagonist, the fossilized nobleman ascetic in Jalshagar, the music room, who lives only for music. As Ray said, the fact that the king was a great patron of music was one redeeming feature about him, but that came after long months of study of Nawabs of Lucknow and everything. So in Jalshagar, he made a more clear description of Wajid Ali Shah, but before that, he was presented here as a sympathetic king, but not much was known about Wajid Ali Shah by Satyajit Ray in making up this story, but still he have cope up with several other characters, several other things in making Shatranj Ki Khiladi, and it was a hit film. Okay, so this whole thing has been drafted by Andrew Robinson, who was a British writer, film critic, who has been deeply involved with Indian culture, as I have already studied it previously. So this was all about the chapter. I will give the question answers very soon about this. Okay, so have fun. Bye bye.